All right, day 9, the ninth. Guessing you're wondering how that worked out. All right, so something like this. I had a pretty productive day at work, and because I weren't out and about in the van as much, I spent a lot of time at the depot, running back and forward like a headless chicken. Because the plan was, if I'm not out on the job, then it's the perfect opportunity to get my steps in. How do I go about doing that, you may ask? Well, running back and forwards like a headless chicken, doing all the things that people generally don't want to do in the cold in February. So, with the company that I work for, in order for the public to gain access, somebody has to come down and let them in. So, the plan was stay close to the gate, and when visitors arrived, let them in. So there's a pretty large window of time for visitors to do that, which meant throughout the day I battered my steps. I think by about, I don't know, about 5 o'clock, I had already racked up about 11,000 steps. So at this point, I felt like I've been out in the cold long enough. I ain't trying to go out in the cold anymore. So that being said, the plan for the rest of the day was, when I finish work, go do some shopping, do a little bit of meal prep around the house, and that should get me up to the 15. Now, the question you may ask next is, did things go to plan? Yes and no. Because I didn't do a formal workout, there was absolutely no need for me to use Fitness Plus. So I relied just on pedometer. And my total for the ninth was 14,443. So not too bad. Just under the 15 threshold, but it's giving me more than 5 miles a day anyway. So at 14,443, that gave me 6.2 miles. So I've covered my 5 miles a day. However, I didn't hit the 15 that I thought I'd do, just by pottering around and taking care of, like, those I need to do errands. So that was a bit of a flop, but take into account averages. If I hit a couple of days where I'm over the 15, it'll balance out so that my average daily walking for the week was at least 15 anyway. So I ain't too worried about it. I think yesterday I stressed a little too much about the whole Apple Watch thing. I've slept on it. I've decided I'm definitely not gonna buy a new watch just because I am trying to exercise. Old Faithful here does exactly what it needs to do. I just need to modify the way that I'm utilizing it. So, like I said, I'll now take the travel charger, keep that in the car or on my person, so that anytime the battery gets below, say, 50%, and I know I'm going to be sitting around for a bit, I'll pop it on charge, give it a top up. So I should never be in a position where I haven't got enough power to survive a workout. I'll also keep my headphones in my bag at work, so that way, if the opportunity presents itself, I can zone out and get my steps in, and nobody will be any the wiser. I'm starting to realize that with this whole movement, this whole dad bod to discipline thing, I just need to relax with it. If I focus on the numbers too much, if I focus on forcing too much of a routine, it's going to become boring. And I don't want it to be that. I actually want to stick with it. So the smartest thing I can do is stop stressing. Just relax, go through the process, try and enjoy the process. And hopefully I will survive the experience. I will get through February as I plan to. And at the end of that, hopefully I feel better for it. Do you know what I mean? So, otherwise, what's the point in doing it? If I'm going to feel crap every day, not just physically, but psychologically as a result of doing this, then there really isn't much point. So, I'm back with a firmer resolve. I am going to accentuate the positives and I'm going to keep it moving. Yeah, man. After all, my future self will thank me for my perseverance through days like this where things don't necessarily pan out. It's all a learning curve. I'm still early. It's still early days. So the plan now is fix up, look sharp, get back on the horse, go out there and win daily. Yeah, this discipline thing. I'm nice to myself. I think I'll put it that way. And adjusting to not taking the easy way out, it's going to take a little bit of time. And these are teething issues, and that's how I'm going to frame it. It's teething, and I'm going to get better with it. I'll suffer less back pain, less burning calves. You know the weirdest thing is, my shoulders hurt. My shoulders absolutely kill. I don't know if it's all the arms swinging from walking, but my shoulders are in constant pain. My lower back also, but that's more intermittent. It's once you really start getting a burn on with the walk. My calves haven't stopped ever since. My ankles, they're kind of like off and on. The carry more shoes that I brought seemed like a great idea. So far, they've been wonderful. Whether it's cold, wet, they just do the job. They seem to keep my feet comfortable. I paid like 30, let's just say less than 35 quid for them from one of them little high street shops. Memory foam insoles, they're waterproof and they're built for like trail running. So for what I'm using them for at the moment, they more than do the job. And I am very thankful for them. A million times better than the Air Force ones ever was. So, like I said, it's about accentuating the positives. Doing better with my eating. I'm getting the minimum in no matter what. I'm doing all right. Sometimes you just got to remind yourself that although you're not doing the absolute best, you may have set your targets a little bit too high too early. The main thing at this point in time is to just keep going out, keep trying. And the more I repeat that process, is the better everything will get in the future. Anyway, I'll update you on tomorrow's antics tomorrow. I'll catch you later. Peace.